there more pressure on to advance, Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen?
Are you starting with me? You starting with me?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. I mean, that is apropos, I must say. But let me say this to y'all. let me say this to y'all. It's got to be Lamar Jackson. It's got to be. I mean, the reality is that Josh Allen has been in an AFC Championship game. He's been to a couple of divisional playoff games. He's played lights out in a postseason game. We know what he brings to the table. It's not that he doesn't have to perform. It's not that he's devoid of pressure, because we understand this is the Buffalo Bills. It's Bills Mafia. It's the only thing they got going in Western New York as far as I'm concerned. And when you look at it from that standpoint, you have to recognize he has pressure, but not like Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is a former league MVP. He's about to be a two-time league MVP, which will make him the 9th person in NFL history to pull that off. And then you look at his 1-3 playoff record. Considering the season that he's had and the expectations that come with it. I'm just looking at a couple of numbers here, guys. 1-3 playoff record. He's only averaged 13 points a game in these playoffs. 56% completions, 225 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, 7 turnovers, 5 interceptions, 5 total fumbles, 2 fumbles lost, sacked 19 times. When you think about those sacks, it ain't all on him, of course. It's on the team and the level of protection they provide. But nevertheless, considering how they improved the roster, you got a new offensive coordinator in Monken that's shown what he can bring to the table. You know you have exceptional coaching in John Harbaugh. You have a culture that has been lived up to. Bart Scott, you can speak to that a hell of a lot better than any of us when it comes to the Baltimore Ravens. You see that the fabric of who they are is firmly intact. If Lamar Jackson is intact and is doing the kind of things we've grown accustomed to seeing him do, there is no reason why the Baltimore Ravens should not be representing the AFC in the Super Bowl. And so when you look at it from that standpoint, with you being the #1 seed and the road to the Super Bowl having to come through Baltimore, the way Lamar Jackson has looked and what have you, this is not the time to wet the bed or be something less than what we know you are. And that's where the pressure comes from. And I didn't even bring up the bag, the $260 million he got, all right, that they paid up to him and what have you. You got to get it